We had two from the other day, two from yesterday, and they're all different because this one to me, D-Row, and you know which one this one is by that reaction, but there's game score, there's communication.
A lot going on.
This one right here is don't be a spectator when you're playing the game. This one right here is going to be about fundamentals of second base play, and this one right here is going to be some priorities. But this first one right here, let's go to the Dodger one the other day. This happened 2 days ago. And it's a bunt play and freeze it. Because here's what I want to point out. The game tells you, you know what I like.
You preach this, and I tell my kids this every weekend. Let the scoreboard dictate how you attack the game.
So in this situation, my first thought when I saw this play happen, who's in the dugout, okay, for the Dodgers, that could understand this might actually happen.
He might bunt.
It's called moving a guy up. I know the game has changed a little bit, that we don't think about these things maybe as much, but play it forward, please.
And I'm not a huge bunter guy, but in this situation.
And this is why people should bunt, because things go awry from time to time on the defensive side. So when you watch this replay, right when Yarbrough's gonna field this, I wanna see something. Hold it. This is perfect fundamental. This is what they work for in spring
Freddie's
training.
like, where's Gavin Lux?
Right? So he goes down and he jabs that foot in the ground. He pushed the ball into the ground with his hand so he knows he's gonna pick it up, right? And then he makes a throw, which is gonna be beautiful if there's a human standing here. Freeze it, please. Okay, so sometimes I like to educate some of the youngsters and give them some nuggets, right?
Yep.
So, second to first is 90 feet, right? Now, if he was equal distance, that would be 90 feet and it would be called an isosceles triangle. Although I don't think he's actually.
He can't get there.
No! So, the communication part of this is.
Yeah, Freddie should be aware of this.
Somebody should be yelling they might bunt. And then this communication has to happen between two people. He's got to say, I can't get there if he bunts.
This is where your analytics department needs to answer a question.
This dude's 90 feet away. That guy's about 93 feet away. He's going to win no matter what happens right here. So play it.
Freddie's listen, Freddie Freeman's one of the best in business, goes to the post. These are teaching moments. Freddie's got to know where Gavin Lux is, and Freddie's got to be able to read that baseball right there and know that I have to get back to the bag, period.
Correct. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you because you did everything right.
Derek Lee, we were talking about this with the Chicago Cubs. He used to turn to me every time and be, I got ball or you got ball. He would tell me, and it was like, all right.
And granted, back in that day, there might have been more of these things done, but the game at 7 or 2-1 in the 7th, man on first, somebody's got to at least have it somewhere in their crawl that this may happen. All right, this one right here was almost an inside the park home run. Got thrown out at the plate. All that's irrelevant to me, but it's how this play was played out. Ball off the wall up there, and that's a shame that's not a homer. He's running, he's chugging. We got the right fielder picking it up. He's gonna hit the cutoff man. We're gonna throw a perfect one-hopper. This is a beautiful thing. Oh. Beautiful thing. Now, freeze it, please. How many times over the past few years? Because let's face it, an inside the park homer, there has to be a few things that go into play. One, this ballpark can screen for an inside the park.
Yeah.
Your 407 out there with some concrete above that padded fence that can shoot a different way. Usually what happens, and we've seen it over the past few years, this guy just goes like this.
He's just hanging out. And I can't lie and say I was that guy hanging out.
This guy goes like this. All right, so now play this thing forward right here and watch my off outfielders, my left and my right. They start moving, both of them.
They do a nice job.
And then they realize, I got something, I might get into this play.
Left fielders cooking.
That's excellent.
Everybody's lined up. Freeze it. Look at that group out there. That everything's here. And this is kind of a cool thought I had. I'm big on backing up bases as a pitcher. On an inside the Parker, maybe he doesn't have to. The only way would be if it skips by him, he misses the plate completely, he can catch it, throw him to him.
Yeah.
But it's almost to the point, but the routine of this, how everybody was good. This ball was cuttable by the first baseman. The left fielder, the right fielder,
nice job.
Arizona, because that is a ballpark. Now, would this happen to any other visiting team going to that ballpark? Because like I said, inside the Parkers have to happen for a reason sometimes. They know the wall. And I guarantee these guys playing the off outfield said, you know what? If he gets trapped against this wall and he gets too close and it hits and goes, we got to be one to pick it up. So we not only had one guy, we had the other guy that could have picked it up too. All right, play it through.
Nice
and
job.
Let's go to the next one.
Nice job, Snakes.
All right, so we were talking about double plays yesterday from the second base side, but Albies yesterday in game one, even though the Braves let one get away, he made 3 plays that I thought fundamentally pretty darn good. Tatis in the first, here's a ground ball double play. Albies just kind of walks it across. If I nitpick something, Freeze on the catch. Okay, I think right here when he got to the bag, there may have been something with Albies where he predetermined it was going to be maybe a little bit better of a throw or a throw where Albies wanted it. So just give me a click until you see Albies coming into the picture, please. That's a nice underhand toss, Freeze. Because Albies was already committing. Now, we talked about this yesterday, though. I want the right foot touching the ground the same time the ball hits the glove, because that way you eliminate that after you catch. So this was a nice little pace, but he gets caught a little bit here.
A little bit, on a routine one.
Right, so play it forward. But what I love about his finish, because the left foot comes down good, I love his finish. He throws the ball on the screws. And that, to me, is nice. This play right here, ranging to his left off a profile.
This is nice. Kind of goes over the top.
I mean, that's
create
effortless.
that 4-seam.
But look how he opens up so he doesn't get caught. And once again,
square your shoulders. If he keeps running towards foul territory, he might throw a bad
watch
throw
this
there.
right here.
Yeah, I was watching this.
Little glove flip.
He had no other play right there. Sometimes, kids, you have no other play but that.
Now, teachable moment, what I would tell kids and coaches of the young kids, if you're playing on a normal infield that has cutouts and stuff, and you're playing at normal depths, this should be a little bit of your barometer on when we glove flip. I like that grass line idea, because sometimes you see a kid catch it back in the dirt and he tries to glove flip one, it becomes too long. And you're better off just taking it out and making a good throw. So just think about that when you're doing some drills at the youth level or whatever. If you're on that infield line, that's starting your barometer. Play that forward, please.
Oh, if you give me a glove flip 5 feet into the dirt, I'm benching.
But he had everything so set up. Back that up for me, Lucas, please, to right at the catch.
That was nice.
Because even though it's a glove flip, watch the catch and his head's still down too. So catching the ball first is still very important. He didn't look up. He didn't try to say, okay, where is he? He knew if he was going to catch this thing right and give a nice little shovel, he was going to be good enough.
Wow, that was bang, bang.
All right, and then lastly, I heard you in the A block screaming that, you know, somebody's got to help somebody out because we're infielders and we know what it's like going back. Oh, excuse me. So we got Cedric Mullins popping this ball up.
Now Mason Wynn's telling himself, someone call me off, someone call me off, someone call me off.
Back that up, please, Lucas.
That's what he's saying, because you see the drift.
Okay, play.
All right.
Right.
All right.
Now,
Anytime
drifting,
now.
I'm not condoning the drift because you got to get, but he's up there and he's going, okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And when you see what happens here on the research toolbar here, when we get to this, freeze it, please. All right, we're not really playing full side, right? This is a little bit on this side. That may be even a little bit deep when you think about opposite field. I think Cedric's got pop, but usually right center, you know, right, he can get out on one.
Converted infielder going to the outfield. Donovan, when I used to go into the outfield, I was so scared of getting beat over my head that I would smidge cheat a little deep.
And just to take this one step further, that when we looked at the research stuff on this, hang time is 6.2 seconds. 6.2 seconds. This thing's in the air, which means for 5.8 seconds, he was, come on.
Come on, buddy.
Would somebody call
me
this
out
thing?
here.
But the priority would be outfielder over infield all the time. And I even looked at this towards at the end. If you've got 2 outfielders standing that close to the baseball and their feet are in this position, not moving forward, I mean, somebody's got to yell on that again.
What's your take if Mason Wynn, I always want, if the infielder is camped, even if he's going a little deep, like he's camped, and the outfielder calls him off. I know I would bail, but
I would bail too.
At the same time.
Because the outfielder should not be looking down, he's tracking. So when I went out and if I wanted it, I just put my hand up so no, it's not calling at the same time. And as soon as I hear I'm gone.
I'm out.
I'm gone. So go ahead and play it forward right there. But at 6.2 seconds, when you watch this drift happen, he's waiting for it. He's waiting for it.
Yeah, Donovan's got to come get this ball. No
Somebody
question.
other than my shortstop has got to be making that catch right there. But the outfield priority, outfielder over infielder, center fielder over left fielder and right fielder. But either one of those guys playing center or left, they've got to let it know that I want this thing, you get out of Dodge.
And I've made every one of these mistakes.